The next agenda item is the recognition of the outgoing board members, and I'd like to take a minute to say a few words about each board member. Of the 4 seats that are up, Laura Haruska is returning and will be starting her 4th term, if I'm not mistaken, as a school board member. So Laura, I look forward to my time working with you, and we'll swear you in again here shortly. Gary, I want to thank you for your time as being the board president. We have worked together now for 8 years. I really appreciate your expertise in school finance and just overall finance and business operations. Tim Walsh, thank you very much for your time on the Board of Education. I really appreciate your expertise in school law and in law in general, and also with the accounting and finance. And you were a big asset on the facilities project, so thank you very much for your time. Dr. Keene, you've always served on several councils with me, from the facilities to curriculum to getting involved when we had to look at financial cuts. So I really appreciate your expertise, but most of all, I appreciate that you were born and raised as a Bulldog, and I always knew that, you know, it was like you were trying to relive your high school years here, whenever, you know, try to make this place better, not only for your 6 kids that went through Riverside Brookfield High School, but for the community and for your history here with the high school, and your father is a former board member, so thank you for all your time. John Keene has 6 kids that went through Riverside Brookfield High School, 2 that are still active, 1 senior and 1 sophomore. Tim Walsh had 4 students that went through, I'm sorry. 3 daughters and 1 son that went through RB, and Gary had two of his 3 kids went through Riverside Brookfield High School. A brief recap of just a short summary of your 8 years on the board together with me. Obviously, we went through a lot of changes when we all first started together. It was just after the 2011 referendum failed, and so we had to go through some financial changes. And I appreciate all the support and the hard work that you put into that, and helping rebuild our financial structure here. You had several big projects, whether it was the new athletic stadium across the street, all the roof work, redoing the gymnasium, 2 bond refinancing, implementing a full 1-to-1 initiative so that all the students now have a 1-to-1 device, hiring the first school liaison officer to have an armed officer in the building, several curricular changes, graduation requirement changes, PE waiver changes, and most importantly, you mentored a superintendent who was starting his career. So that means a lot to me, and I want to say thank you for all your time on the board. And I'd like to open the floor to each of you if you have anything you'd like to say to the public or anybody watching. Gary?
No, go ahead. Both these guys talk.
Yeah, I'd like to especially thank Kevin. And I want to thank Kevin for, taking the job 8 years ago, because, I love this school. And we really needed your leadership. And I compare the culture of this place before you got here until the last meeting. I think that from the teachers to the community to our financial situation, it's so much better. And the whole community owes you, a debt of gratitude. I also really want to thank Gary and Tim for their expertise, and Laura too, because we had a lot to do to make this a better place. And I think we did. I want to thank the current board members here, Wes, Gina, and Ramona. You've been a great asset to the board. And to the new members coming on, thank you for running. And I know you do a good job. And thank you for the opportunity of the community to let me serve.
Thank you, John.
Well, I can second everything that John said, and it's a privilege to be a board member, and I think you're going to find the 3 new members, it's a lot. There's a big learning curve, but as Kevin and everybody said, one thing we've done, we have a good staff. We have good administrators. We have good, in all different positions, we have good teachers. And, you know, the hard part is at times, you know, people say it's a school, it's not a business. But it is a business. And, you know, as board, we had a tough time of having to deal with, you know, shortages, and we're facing a deficit again. But, you know, I'm happy to say, I think not only was our recent collective bargaining agreement negotiation, where we did the interest-based bargaining successful, but on both sides, I give, you know, the union a lot of credit for agreeing to things that were probably a little difficult for them, like putting pay ranges in. That's something that's not common. And the time, you know, before that, we took out the pay schedule that they were used to. But I think it bodes well for the relationship. And I think if, you know, we feel good that we're able to get good staff under Kevin's leadership, and, you know, wish you well. It's a great honor and privilege, and, you know, it's a lot of work. But I think if, you know, you got good people. One thing, you know, in 8 years, there were 10 other members that I served with, and, you know, everybody's got opinions. People listen to them, and I think, you know, all of us is better than one of us, and we, you know, come up with good results. So good luck in your tenure, and thanks for everybody on the board and our administrators too.
Thanks, Tim. Gary?
So I think just a great opportunity to talk about transition. You got the new board, you have a great set of administrators, you have a great set of teachers at this school. And with that, I want to thank working with the current board, working with the previous board. We had some tough times, we had some fun times, we had some 3 in the morning times, but we got through it. And at this point now, I think it's a great opportunity for the new boards to come in, transition, bring new ideas, and help the school another 4 years. So thank you.
Thank you, Gary. As the board members that are exiting tonight, as you prepare to leave, I just want to give each of you a plaque from the school district, recognizing your time on the board, service to the school district and the community. Again, on behalf of all of us, I'd like to just say thank you, and it was a pleasure to serve with you. Thank you. John, thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. At least you guys down there. I am. I couldn't believe that. Gary? You walked down there.
Thanks.
You did our part.
Yeah, right. Thank you, John. Thank you. See you in 2 years?
Yeah, we have to write now.
See you in 2 years.